let me start by saying good evening, everyone. It's quite late actually here. In Malaysia, it's 9:30 p.m. But for Louis' invitation, I must say I'm staying awake for this particular session. So my name is Liza. I'm a parliamentary researcher from the International and Research Division from the Parliament of Malaysia. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting me as a speaker for today's seminar. And for the next 10 minutes, I will be sharing insights on what Parliament Malaysia Modernisation journey is all about. So let's begin. All right. So basically, in general, Parliament of Malaysia has gone through its own modernization journey, and mostly it's through digitalization. Here in Parliament Malaysia, we do have several systems under the electronic parliament, or what we call e-parliament, in our effort of digitizing the workflow, such as what we call PIDS, MIM, MP database. This is just to name a few. But since I was given only 10 minutes by the organizer, so I think I would be focusing on a smaller scope, which would be the Electronic Parliamentary Research Services System, or what we call EPRS, as a case study for this particular presentation. So before we delve deeper into what is EPRS, I just want the audience to understand what is actually Parliamentary Research Services, or what we call PRS, is all about. So as per definition in the slides by Inter-Parliamentary Union IPU, PRS should actually provide balance and non-partisan support to the MPs who are seeking reliable info. This is for them to do their duties as a parliamentarian. So this means, as a parliament researcher like myself, I have to avoid being biased when providing information to all of these MPs from both the governing and opposition party. So in the case of Parliament of Malaysia, our PRS consists of various research products. As you can see in the slide, these are some of the examples because we have so many more. Within our research department itself, all of the researchers are responsible in providing the MPs with reliable information such as speech, talking points, debate note, analysis of bills, collection of articles, reports of conferences. And we have so many, that's just a few that I've mentioned, but we have so many more. So this is what PRS looks like in the early days, in the past. Request from the MPs was done through a physical request sheet, as you can see. The different color is dependent on House of Senate or House of Representative. And when the request is being filed, the MPs need to fill in the form, and they would give to our department. Our department will process, and it will be filed after the research product is being done, the final product. And then it will be stored in a physical space. As you can see, this is like from the previous era, whereby all of these files is being stored in physical and will take a lot of space. And the problem is that the only place that you can find all of this information is within the vicinity of Parliament of Malaysia. So now moving forward, Parliament of Malaysia had consolidated all of this workflow, which has been done physically, and turn it into a system, which what we call EPRS. And through this system, we are adopting an online platform for documents sharing and digital communication tool to streamline all of the processes. So all of the information will be stored in a cloud storage where it enables the users, consists of ourselves, our client, which is all of the member of parliaments, to access it anywhere that they want. Because sometimes when you go to conferences, seminar outside of Malaysia, this is a very important system whereby they can easily request for any information that they need and also obtain the information within the due time. Okay, so this is how the EPRS website and login portal looks like. So EPRS itself has its own website. It's basically our department's official website, where some of the information are open for public. This can vary from article published by all of the researchers, our activities throughout the years, infographic on parliament matters, recorded presentation of our official journal. This is just to equip all of the MPs with the relevant information, the latest information, and specific to whatever that they need. And there are also some information they are considered private, such as some of the research product, like I said, debate note, analysis of bills, and some of the specific requests from the MPs, whereby they have to log into the portal and request to us for a specific information that they need. And sometimes even the information itself, we will get from the ministry, from the executive side, which is most of them are PNC. So that's why only some people can access to this system for more information that they need. And here are the glimpse of the EPRS interface. So basically you need to log into the system in order to see what you are seeing right now in the slide. So as you can see, it has various information such as date stamp, who's the researcher in charge for that particular topic. There's also a chat box where everything is recorded. So basically, the main point when we want to develop this system is that we want transparency. So any transaction between the MPs and our department is recorded. Timestamp is very important. So we know that the MPs are actually applying for the information within due time. And also the researcher are given enough time to produce information that are needed by the MPs. So all of these data also can be used as an oversight function to monitor the volume of requests from the MPs, what kind of topics of research that are like high in volume from the MPs that most of them are interested in. This data can also be converted into spreadsheet for further analysis. So basically, from this system, you can just like click one button and all of the data that you need can be converted into a spreadsheet. So like this is one example. So let's say this is an example of my account in a way as a researcher. These are all of the consolidated research that I have been doing throughout my career with Parliament of Malaysia. So it's easy to monitor basically all of the researchers, what have they done throughout their services, what kind of research have they published, what kind of requests have they received from all the MPs. So it's easy to monitor and it's transparent. Everybody within the research department can see this. So in other words, it also can be used as a reference. It's usually used for us to analyze our quarterly or yearly work progress report, and subsequently would be reported to our management. So for us, engagement is very important. It's because modernization involves significant changes in technology, processes, and organizational culture. We believe that without effective engagement, the rate of success for adoption of this new system would be very low among the MPs. So we also believe that engagement provide a platform to address concern, communication benefit, and involve individual in the decision-making process. That's why we would doing the engagement in a recurring phase, because as you can see in the slide, we have done numerous engagement because MPs comes and go. So we would have done it a couple of times yearly. Sometimes it would be through meetings, or sometimes we would open up a booth if there's any event that, you know, the MPs can come to us one by one. We would give them a solution to any problem that they have or address any concern. And our office are always open for the MPs if should they have any issues with the system. We also encourage them to use it more because whatever information we have, it would be, like it said, it's non-partisan, it's not biased, and we can get information from the ministries that have the PNC information. So nothing is without challenges. We have gone through a lot of challenges trying to introduce this system in the early stage, and also we have a lot of challenges implementing it. Even until now, we do have a lot of challenges, but I would like to emphasize on these three challenges. In terms of limited financial capacity, I think it's normal for any organization to have a capacity in terms of its budget. But in the end, you need to make do of what you have. So sometimes, creativity is useful in terms of like figuring out what kind of system is good enough in terms of the budget provided for us. Second is the resistance of change. As you know, I don't think most people, they don't like change. So it's actually up to us as the secretariat of the system to ensure that people are well informed, that this is actually good for them. And also, I think it's very important to make sure that the system is user friendly, that it is not that complicated for all the MPs to use. So engagement is very important to make them feel comfortable in using the system. And yeah, the third one is also common sense. It's a continuous process. Modernization, digitalization is not a one-time thing. So even the system itself, it's evolving because we do take feedback from the MPs, even from the researcher, because we are also the user, to improve, enhance whatever that can be enhanced in terms of user-friendly, making the system user-friendly, and also making it easier to use. So what are the key takeaway that we actually learn from the system that we are using at the moment? So overall, we have identified 4 key takeaways from our journey in the adoption of the system. First, we definitely need to have clear goals and objectives. So from the very beginning, we need to understand what we actually want, why we need the system, and what do we want from the system to achieve and align the broader vision of a modernized parliamentary process. Second is data governance and privacy protection. This is crucial to implement robust data governance practices. It includes ensuring data accuracy, secure sensitive information, because as what I have explained before, most of the information, the research product that we have published to the MPs, that we have give to the MPs, PNC, is very PNC. So it cannot be leaked. The security must be good enough in order to provide protection to the privacy of the MPs themselves. So these are very important to take note when, adopting a system. And also oversight and accountability. So basically the EPRS system, once the process has been digitized from the old ways to the current one, we found it really easy to have an oversight function using the system, and it also easily accessible, and all of the information can also be easily analyzed and present to the upper end management, and also to look at our own workload, what kind of information that actually the MPs need, what do they really want out of their sittings, what do they need in terms of during their debate. So all of these can be obtained from the system. And also again, we really emphasize on user feedback for best practices, because we feel that how sophisticated a system that you want to develop, at the end of the day, it's for the users. So it's very important to get feedback from the users even before you develop the system. Because if you just develop a system without any feedback from the MPs, you wouldn't know what actually they need. So it's an ongoing process. It's before introducing the system, during implementation, and it's ongoing. Even now, we are at the second phase of improving the system. So that means another budget that we need to apply. It's an ongoing process. It will never stop. But it's an interesting journey for me myself as one of the secretariat member for this system. And as far as modernization goes within our department, this is what I can share. So if you have any question, I'm happy to answer.